Several media outlets are reporting that Justice Breyer and President Biden will appear together at the White House sometime today so that Breyer can formally announce that he is retiring. Breyer is 83 years old. He's served on the court since 1994. He's part of the liberal wing of the court. Progressive groups have been calling on him to retire for a while now. They wanted him to leave while Democrats still control the Senate so that President Biden can get his replacement approved. Conservative justices have a 6-3 majority on the court. Breyer's retirement won't change that, but it is an opportunity for the president to get a win, and he hasn't had many lately. The president wouldn't say much when reporters asked him about Breyer's decision to leave.
Let him make whatever statement he's going to make, and I'll be happy to talk about it later.
But during the election campaign, the president promised that if he got the chance, he would nominate a black woman to serve on the court. That would make history. It may not be easy for him to get his nominee through. Democrats in the Senate will only need 51 votes, but that means they're going to need every single member of their party to go along with the plan, and lately that has not been guaranteed. Still, they want to act as soon as they can.
In the Senate, we want to be deliberate. We want to move quickly. We want to get this done as soon as possible.
Among the potential choices that Biden might be considering, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Biden appointed her last year to the U.S. Court of Appeals in D.C. There's also Leandra Kruger. She's a 45-year-old California Supreme Court justice. And finally, Judge J. Michelle Childs. She serves on the U.S. District Court in South Carolina. At the White House press briefing yesterday, a reporter asked if President Biden might nominate his own vice president, Kamala Harris, to the Supreme Court, and this was how the White House press secretary answered the question.
The president has every intention, as he said before, of running for re-election, and for running for re-election with Vice President Harris on the ticket as his partner.
Once again, Supreme Court Justice Breyer is expected to appear at the White House today to formally announce his retirement and to say exactly when he plans to leave the court. At this point, we don't have a time for when that event will happen. Chris and Megan?